And just like that, podcast night has begun.
It has begun. 'Twas the week before Thanksgiving, and all through the room. Oh, wait.
There were some beers about to be brewing or open.
Yes. And the wine about to bloom.
And,
No,
okay.
I don't know.
The Oaxacan old fashions were hung by the chimney with care.
In hopes that the
Beverage Brothers would soon
be there. And
there
here we are. All right.
That's all we got. Welcome once again. It is Thursday evening for some, middle of the day for us. Here it is time to do some podcasting. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith.
And we, of course, are About Beverages. Someone is wearing a rock show shirt.
That's me. Unless...
No.
Okay.
No, 5 out of 4 people struggle with math.
Struggle with math.
Yeah,
I know.
This is actually, like I said, obviously No Shave November, what we have going on here. But this is also another group that I am very near and dear to my... Oh, wait, no, that's not at all.
the Struggling with Math group?
The Struggling with Math group,
yes,
exactly.
Yes.
Beardy Bev in the house. The Beardy Beverage boys in the house together once again. Have you been letting yours grow like any extra at all? Whatsoever?
Yeah, I haven't. Well, pretty much since... I was letting it go anyways because... Pocket's a fan, and then a couple weeks ago when you mentioned that was going on, I really haven't done any, just like a few little wild ones. I'll just shave, but I thought I'd let it at least grow through tonight. I may have to pull it back a little bit. We'll see.
Okay,
but yes,
the beard battle, the fight rages on. I mean, you've got several months on me, for gosh sake.
Well, not a lot of months, days though. Usually I keep it like a 10 day or 2 weeks. So yeah, probably have a couple weeks.
What clipper do you use? Do you have a certain clipper that you?
It's actually the one you got me for her birthday.
Yeah, no, or guard, I should say. Like, do you have
I don't. I don't find it to be. It's like, well, I don't really know what this is, but the one I usually use is like the shortest one I can have. Well, we just froze.
Oh no, I think
what was
we're okay.
that?
I don't know. Everything like blinked here for a second. Are we gonna be back? Are we all right? We're not moving on there, but we might still be moving.
We might be moving.
We'll find out here. I can look over here. We might just have to not be able to see ourselves move. Yeah, no, we're still okay.
Fine here on
as
Twitch.
You can see over there.
All right, there we are.
It is what it is. Yeah, we get to look at just ourselves staring off into the sunset.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute.
Of the podcast.
Yeah, that's not right.
Thankfully, see, it's that. See,
okay,
that's
good.
where we are. We're still moving.
It's a couple minute delay.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. That computer's been acting up a little bit. But yeah, so you don't use like a certain level of guard at all?
There are two. One takes it almost down to clean. Well, not quite that, but it might as well just shave it. And the other, I think it's like 3 millimeter or something it says, but that's the one I kind of settled on for the most part. So
I would have to have some sort of guard because I feel like I would have to like know that I'm not going to go too far. And like all this.
Oh, yeah.
But you're just able to...
No, it's a guard.
Okay.
It's a
yeah. You just don't know what level it is per se.
Because I know, like when I go in for my haircut, a lot of times she'll say, "Oh, I took your sides down to a 2 or something like that," and I don't know if that is actually millimeters or what that actually is, but at least the one I have, the shortest one that still makes me look like I have some stubble, as opposed to like just like 5 o'clock shadow or whatever.
Okay.
It's a 3. The next one is takes it pretty short, and then the other one would be just like not even having anything on it. So, but yeah, that's what I'll usually use throughout the year for the most part. Then if I am letting it grow out, then I think there's like a 5 and a 7, and I'll use those. But if it's just a little couple,
there's one where it looks like the
ones,
blade's like way out here, like it just looks like it's all. No, this is going to be what it's going to be.
Okay,
unfortunate. Okay,
all right.
Well, we keep going. We keep on keeping on.
It's a different picture this time.
It's a different picture this time.
Profile.
At least for us, that's
my
yes. Yeah.
My right side. Wait, doing this. Okay. There we go.
Oh, that's gonna be behind. That'll be weird anyway. All right, it's fine.
That's fine.
Shall we get out a beer?
Fine.
Shall we?
We should. Let's do that. Let's. We're gonna start with the Christmas season beer.
We are.
I think that's what
I guess it's a winter ale.
Winter ale, yeah. I guess it is winter, but the decoration on the can at least is very. It has lights and things, which evokes Christmassy thoughts.
Right, and there it is. Look, you can even see. Well, you can see over there. You guys can see it there.
Yes,
it is About Beards. How's it going, Bean? How are you? It's good to see you. This is from Wren Brewing. This is their winter ale. It's Lobo. What is it?
Ain't no Lobos.
Ain't no Lobos. There you go.
Being a wolf. I don't know. It says it's time to getting excited for the upcoming season. It's to return. So obviously this is something that's been out before. I have never had this though. Just showed up at the store today along with the Tombstone Winter Ale, which we have had. and we just decided to start with this one. But Crocodile mentioned my shirt. Yeah, a few weeks ago, my son and I went to see ELO in Phoenix, and it was definitely a good show. We had
almost tried to see him twice in a way.
Well, we tried. We drove up twice. The first time just turned into a very long way to go to get dinner.
Hey, Bean! Thank you for the 15 months.
What's the story, Noam? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
Thank you for the 3 months in advance. That is super nice. Appreciate it. Thank you for the 15 months. It is good to see you.
I'll say, go a little more on yours.
What are you having this fine evening? Anything? Anybody having anything delicious to drink? Does anybody have some wine? Is anybody drinking along with us tonight? Did they buy in the beverages? I talked about them a little bit yesterday on stream. I'm trying to do that more often. That's why people enjoyed me texting back and forth with you. Like, what are you having tomorrow? I was like, well, I know I'm going to do this cocktail. Let me see, and then I was like, okay, we're gonna do the Merlot and we're gonna try that, So yeah, doing that whole bit.
Yes, I heard I made an appearance on stream yesterday. So
you did. Got me some ginger ale. Oh, I always love me some ginger ale.
That's right. We have something coming. Right?
Yeah, I have not talked about it yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I've talked about that there is something on the horizon.
Well, that's why I caught myself.
I'm waiting for things to show up. But yes, like I said, ginger ale may tie into that.
I'm better at having the 3-second buffer from what's in here to what actually comes out.
Yeah, but ginger ale may that very well could be something that could be tie into something there. More to know. I would think we would know by next week.
Getting chilly in the mornings now. Yeah, chilly in Arizona. Come on. But it has gotten a little bit. It's gotten better.
A little bit, I suppose.
Taking a classic winter ales. We are getting excited for the upcoming season. Okay.
Great aroma on this. Nice. It's kind of almost in a little bit of pumpkin spice.
It is actually. That's
aroma.
definitely what it makes me think of.
Bottling that this weekend. So there'll be fresh pumpkin porter at the Thanksgiving.
I finished my last one from 2023 just a couple days ago.
I'll have to bring some over then.
From 2023? Or?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
The new stuff.
Oh, okay. I thought you had more.
No. Okay. I have like one left maybe.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. I like. There's like a little it's like a little like tang in there too, almost with the malt. Like it's almost like amber kind of like that, or a red ale kind of thing in there. There's a little bit of that kind of like tanginess almost, like if that makes sense. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. Definitely the spices are in there too. So if you're not into those kind of what you would think of as either pumpkin, not quite pumpkin spice, it's different than that,
but similar.
But yeah, it's in that
holiday baking spices.
There you go. Would you say it's pumpkin spice adjacent?
I would definitely say that.
It takes some of the things from all of those spots.
The website references that the aroma or the taste is like a loaf of or a bread you might find at a Australian restaurant.
Oh yeah,
which we figured out was
full body with a base
Outback
flavor.
Steakhouse.
Yeah, base flavors reminiscent of dark honey wheat bread from your favorite Australian restaurant.
Yes,
is that anyone's favorite Australian?
The Blooming Onion
might be the only Australian restaurant
here locally. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I like this. Wren House, like I said, pretty much does not disappoint. Like I said, we're kind of lucky, and not that you think of Arizona as like a brewery capital of the world, but in a lot of respects, like we've got so many really good local breweries from Pueblo Vita to Dragoon to Wren House. I mean, like I said, again, I'm using local kind of as
local Arizona,
local Southern Arizona or whatever. The stuff, Flagstaff. Like we've got so many really great breweries. We're very spoiled in that regard.
That is correct. Tombstone.
Yeah, thank you. Yep. 100%.
See, if people could see the picture that we're looking at, our still life of us, almost looks like you have an imaginary glass that you're about to drink.
It does. And you're a little concerned.
Like, why is he having?
Yeah, you're like, what is he about? What is he about to do? I'm not even sure.
I'm more concerned about the amount of forehead that's showing there, but it's okay. It's all right. Okay. That's the way it goes.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's like a drive-in movie theater. Oh wait, no, it's not.
She's got a forehead like a.
We were talking about that movie.
I also was talking about that. Came up the other day. Like,
because
I'm not going to be told who I can and can't work with.
Yeah, we're talking. Interesting query, Mary.
Yeah.
Cut the act, pizza boy.
Cut the act, pizza boy.
Brett Favre.
I love her, man.
Yeah.
I'm a fraud, just like you.
Just like you.
That movie holds up. That's pretty funny stuff. So Mary's good stuff. Oh, man.
Is that hair gel?
You've heard this story that, like, I guess Kevin Smith tried to do that in a movie before that movie came out, and they said that's too disgusting. You can't do that. And he was like 6 months later, Something About Mary came out.
Really? No, I have not heard that.
And he like it's one of his like really good like where he does his story things like where he's done it. And one of them was, and I don't know if it was for Mallrats or one of his other, anyway. It was written into the script. And some like one of the studio heads is like, no, you can't. That's disgusting. The bodily fluid, you can't do that. That will get an X-ray. You know, like it was one of those things. Like they like freaked out about it, so they removed it. And he's like 6 months later, someone else did that in the form of There's Something About Mary.
I mean, the way technology moves, it's outdated
Fairly Brothers
in 6 months.
A little more power.
Yeah, it could be that, but who knows how the standards had changed in 6 months.
It moved quickly.
Yeah, wow.
Standards move quickly.
The boundary was pushed, but okay, that's fine. Just do that. Well, just like we were discussing before we went live, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And you were like, it's rated R? Because I saw it. That was a thing. I saw it on Turner Classic Movies the other day. And I
was like, they showed uncut, like R-rated movies?
And I was like, it's not R-rated. And then you brought up why it is because of the scene where Steve Martin says, basically
about 18 times.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, I remember that scene. But to some extent, I was desensitized to it, I guess, because I wasn't like shocked. But then also I was still kind of exploring the fact that a movie that came out when I was 21 is now on Turner Classic Movies.
That just kind of hit you a little bit?
Yeah. It
Steve
hit
Martin
me,
at the rental
back
kiosk, is that what it is?
That's it. Yeah. Talking to Edie McClurg, who's on the phone we're talking about Thanksgiving. And so, but no, so I was like, it was uncut. I mean, it was uncut, no commercials, which was great. But once again, this movie came out.
You said 30 years ago.
1987. No, almost 37 years.
37 ago. Years.
Your Pocket and I met. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yep. But
it's too far.
Yeah.
Too long.
Too long. Time goes by too quickly.
Ago.
That's right.
Speaking of Steve Martin, we made it through episode 8, so we only have 2 more episodes.
Oh, what do you think of the doorbell on
Bottle of Red?
Yeah. It was killing me to not talk to you about that.
Especially because we sang it the other week,
but
too.
I was like, I have to not do this because
I finally saw it was that episode and they're walking up to it. I'm like, what is this doorbell going to be? What's it gonna be? And it's all ding, 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 ding. And I was like, is that? And then ding, ding, ding. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And that's it. It doesn't go any further. No. And that's what's so perfect.
Yeah.
Like if it kept playing the song and then like, I think it happens like a couple more times. And one time Martin Short's like, or we could just not have to hear that anymore. Because he was like,
no, and isn't she great? Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, she's hilarious.
Oh my, it's just hilarious, but then so touching in their relationship and talking about, I mean, it was, so good.
He hits his thumb. I have $2 and a Casio.
Yeah. Oh, that's so that's the scene I was telling you about with the Luigi.
Oh yeah.
That guy at the end, Steve Martin's like, I have $17 and this really nice watch. Will that get me a $42 room? And he's like, yeah. And then John Candy's just standing there and he's like, I have $2 and a Casio. And he holds it up. And he's like, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. So, yeah. Then
Casio watches are quite nice, to be fair. Yeah. They've come a long way. T-Wolf, it is good to see you again. Good to see everybody here tonight. Thank you for being here.
We we didn't have the excitement and the drama of the power outage.
No,
although
thankfully, we've had the computer thing.
Yeah, but
at least on our end, you guys don't know any of this. It's only on our end.
Yes.
Having some goofy computer things, but like I said,
I can either see myself 2 seconds in the past here, or from about 10 minutes ago.
I know. You were a much younger man.
I was a much younger man.
I was a much younger man.
Yeah.
Nice to see you again, too. I was a lovely man. But yeah, no, that was good. She was good on there. And like I said, her and Meryl Streep having a fight.
Yeah.
And just like, you're like, oh, that's a stunt double. Like it's like, looks so ridiculous. Yeah. But yeah, that was funny. And them kind of getting together and then, learning more about why that guy is now in like that we didn't kill him. He had us kill him in the videotape and all those things coming out, like that, all that stuff. And
Yep.
So no, it's been good. So now you're still trying to figure out and they're tying it back into the first season. Like, like she was actually tracking down Saz was tracking down all this stuff, So yeah, that show's really good.
Is that the episode where they put the 3 of them to work and they're like, well, we study characters for a living. That's what, and they're like, okay, here's what we've come up with.
Yeah.
And it's like,
wait, how did you know that? I was doing handwriting analysis when I was doing this episode. Like they all had different things that they had done throughout their career.
I thought Zach Galifianakis was funny in there too.
I've rented you a place for you to have the wedding.
Yeah.
But I'm just to say I don't know how to play your character anymore because I don't know who you are. Because he's like you're not the romantic I thought you were.
Yeah.
And then he's like, that's very nice. Like, but we're gonna have it here where we love together and this and he's like, there it is. It's like, yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, Ava Longoria is good, and they're all funny. I was kind of hoping the only thing at the very end when you finally do see her husband come to the boat.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
sleeping on the boat.
Yeah.
I saw there was pizza out there. I'm gonna go have some of the pizza crusts or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
This is Molly Shannon. But no, when he finally showed up, I was kind of hoping it was actually gonna be Melissa McCarthy's actual husband. I thought that would have been funny.
Oh, in real life?
Yeah, just in real
okay.
life. Like I said, I was like, because he's like kind of comedian, actor, like whatever. I was like, oh, I wonder if it'll be him because it's just like, oh, they just had them both on the show.
Is he the one that did they do some commercials together, like for Travelocity or something?
Yeah, I think
okay. Is that like David Painter or something? Or
he's a very average looking dude.
Yeah, he's yeah, but he. Oh God, I'm trying to think of some of the movies he's been in. There. I think he was in a Cheers, and. Yeah, I think he's even got a brother. They look very similar. I think. No, I know. P-A. I think it's P-A-Y.
Oh.
Maybe it's not David.
Oh, so no, it was not who you thought it
No,
was.
It's not. Okay.
It was not
Not
who
at
you
all.
thought it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then that's not the guy who's in the commercial with her.
Oh, okay.
He's in. He's got. He's in, I'm pretty sure he's in a Cheers episode. Yeah, can't figure out, but yeah, he's been in. He's one of those little bit parts where you're like, oh, that's that guy. Okay.
Oh,
that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
No, these kinds of beers.
Do they fit the time and place kind of thing?
They do,
okay.
and they're not I'm glad they're not available. Well, actually, beers like this kind of are available year round. They're called ambers, or they're called that kind of thing. You can get ambers and
I mean, this is
things that are
different.
maltier.
Yeah, this has more depth and difference than that. But yes, I would agree.
But it's good for a little bit of time during the year to kind of break things up or to have another option. So I bought 3 of the vintage ales out at Costco. I had to go out Monday to return a shirt.
Oh,
so they
okay.
still had them there, and I know a guy that works there. He worked at Trader Joe's for a little while too, and I went through the self checkout line, and he was there, and he's like, yeah, we're still getting it in. He's like, but it's good. So have you?
No.
Okay. Did you buy any when you were there? Because I thought you
saw
vintage
ale.
Yeah, I thought you saw some Saturday.
Did I have the one?
No, I didn't know if you bought more.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I figured we'd do that on the podcast in a couple weeks or whatever, because obviously we won't be no podcast next week because it's Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving,
but the week after, I figured maybe we would do our vintage ale thing, unless we've got something else. Because you were like, finally have that one. We could have the vintage ales and that if it's still there, that quad or whatever that you talked about.
Oh yeah, unless we drink it next week.
That's what I meant. Yeah, unless it goes next week or something.
By that time, we may have the Trader Joe's 2024 vintage ale in, and we could do a vertical of those 3.
Vintage vertical?
I have 22, 23, and 24, but that's an awful lot of high alcohol beer for one podcast. So 70,
although I don't know if you drink all that down, we might not.
75 ounces of,
I can't remember. I'm going to be 100% honest. I can't remember. Did we like them in the past? Like being 100% honest. Were we like, wow, these are great?
Well, I don't know if you've ever had it. A fresh one. You had the one that I'd had aged for like 10 years.
Okay.
And
I don't think that probably
they're
helped.
They're good. They're definitely they have a spice. They have a lot of like a finer sort of effervescence to them. I used to buy 1 or 2 a year and just enjoy it and pour it in a snifter and just kind of, but that's several years ago. I haven't bought one and had it in several years, but I've bought one each of the last 2 years. It's the Unebroch.
Oh, it is. That's right.
La Fine du Monde and all those. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at least it was. I don't know.
Bring Lucky out of the woodwork if you say La Fine du Monde.
La Fine du Monde.
La Fine du Monde.
All of a sudden, he's like, wait.
Yeah.
Is he a fan of La Fine?
Yeah, he is. That's like one of the ones he mentions.
Okay. We used to carry La Fine du Monde, but not anymore.
You don't see that one as much anymore at all. I used to see that at like Total Wine, and you'd see it at other places too. I didn't know this camp the other day because they were talking about, because I know we're supposed to get Aldi's here in town at some point. I didn't know Aldi and Trader Joe's are owned by the same company, like overarching company.
Yeah.
They're run separately, but they're owned by the same multinational conglomerate or whatever you want to say it. I thought that was interesting because everyone was talking about the German cookies and different things there. And I was like, oh, and then, I think someone ran, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, they are owned by the same.
Yeah. There is a connection.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Okay.
That is tasty.
You said it's like 5.5, I think. Oh, it's
ABV?
Sessionable.
Almost 6?
Almost 6. Okay.
5.9. I mean, it's sessionable for us.
Can say, maybe it does say my small vision isn't so good. It's not so good.
Prescott. 5.9.
I thought that was a 5.
Yeah.
A second 5.
Oh, you thought that was
I saw 1 5. I thought there was a second 5.
I made an assumption.
Yes.
Situation dictated. You'd have done the same.
You'd have done the same.
That's a movie I've never watched a second time. I don't think.
Maybe
I've watched it
time
twice
ago.
Because that's also Alexander Payne, isn't it? Isn't it?
Is it?
I was asking.
Oh, I don't know.
Seems like all those kind of dark comedies for a while, like that were done very well, were those. Like,
that was the late 90s.
Because that's
Jason Patrick,
right?
Aaron Eckhart.
Eckhart is in that.
I remember. Oh, isn't Amy Brenneman in that one too?
Oh, I don't remember.
I think that's late 90s. So we watched that at the 2-story house. So
that was that.
I haven't seen that in like 20.
Because then he did Nurse Betty,
years.
and then obviously I've never seen The Descendants.
No, I haven't either.
I've heard really good things about that. I think Baker's in chat. She's probably about to speak up on that.
What's the one, the orchid one? Is that him or no? Isn't there something with
Wild
Orchid or something with? Is that Nicholas? That's not him though, is that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Get those avant-garde directors and writers confused.
And we mentioned that because it is about a month ago. It was the 20-year anniversary of Sideways.
Yes.
So that is why if you guys have hit the beverage button, which I don't think anybody has yet. So here's all the links to the things we're having tonight. As you can see, one of them is something that is usually completely off the list and not allowed to be here, but for tonight and one night only, it will be here.
If they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
20-year and the Holdovers. That's one of the most recent ones, which I heard was great because he was up for Best Actor for that. Election, of course, one of my favorites of all time. Yeah. The Descendants.
Pick flick.
Downsizing with Matt Damon. I don't remember if that was good or not. I have heard really good things about Holder. I do want to see that. I was just looking up his filmography here because some of them I forget about. Citizen Ruth, I remember that. I think I've seen a lot about Schmidt. I've seen he did Chuck and Larry. That can't be right. Throw everything away. No, he did not. Wait, what? Jurassic Park 3? Okay, game. What's going on? Yes, I like The Descendants. Yeah, I thought you really had liked that movie. Okay, some of these can't be correct.
What was that movie?
Oh, and screenwriting. Maybe he had screenwriting credits on something. I don't want your screenwriting credits. Sir, I want what you directed.
I don't even know I can't even remember what that. Didn't it have like some orchestral Metallica music in it too or something? Or the beginning of the movie that we're talking about with Jason Patrick, and I thought there was something in there that kind of, it had some different
feature film.
Because it's not one of those.
Citizen Ruth, Election, About Schmidt, Sideways, The Descendants, Nebraska, Downsizing, Holdovers.
Took a break after the Sideways. He rode that wave for a little while.
He did. That was a 7-year break.
Might as well.
And then he's like, in The Descendants, I want everything. Producer as well. But yeah. Executive producer of The Assassination of Richard Nixon. Seems like
the actual assassination.
No, it seems like a bold thing to talk about in public. Like, I'm not saying.
I don't know. He wasn't assassinated.
No. Okay. That was a failed project. It was truly a failed project.
They assassinated him by letting him grow old and die. That was the assassination.
That was the real.
That's our plan.
That was the real torture for us all. Oh, man. But yeah, so we've got a wine that we're going to have here. Let me get this off the screen.
We have to trust that it's actually. Oh, no, we can see it over here.
You can see it. Yeah, you can see it over here.
That's right. We got to trust.
Yeah, no. So that should pop up right
It's a matter
there.
of trust. There we go.
Yeah, so we've got a Merlot that we're actually going to have. I know we try to avoid it, but we finally, I think it's time to let the resurgence happen, have the wine industry, have the Merlots come back up again. I can't remember the last time, honestly, I had one. I say that, and you'll probably be like, well, on a podcast.
We did have one on a podcast.
There we go.
I thought I said that recently.
See, that's what
you
I'm
remember
saying.
that?
Look at this guy.
You remember me saying that? Yeah, I brought over because that was, I think, why you created that little drop there.
It's very possible
for that and that alone. But oh my goodness,
Mitch, what are you doing? Why would you raid this late? My God, man, you should be done. Mitch
This
raid.
late?
There's Lucky. See,
there he is.
He's come out of the
He heard
woodworks.
us talk about La Fine du Monde.
La Fine du Monde.
La Fine du Monde.
Raiders, welcome in. How's it going? It is good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, Mitch. Thank you for the raid. If you guys are not following Mitch, mistakes have been made that you need to correct very quickly, very easily. I like to make it easier for everybody. If there's a heart at the top of the screen and it is purple, please turn it green. If it is already green, do not hit the button again. You'll have made a different mistake, and you'll have to hit the button a third time, which just gets so confusing.
Oh, I see the heart up top for us is green. That's good.
We've already followed.
Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Easy.
Okay, all right.
Because I needed to bring my friends over to my favorite podcasters.
Oh my! Wow.
Mitch is too kind. See? You are too kind. Thank you very much. Everybody, welcome in. Thank you for being here. You can click my button as many times as you want. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It's good to see you. Good Lucky, good to see you. Welcome, Raiders. Everybody, welcome in. If that heart has already gone away at the top of the screen, goes away way too quickly. And our love for the person that just came in with the raid does not go away ever, really. Not quickly, but not ever at all. Here's a link that you can click on as well. You can right-click on that, open a tab, hit the follow button. Not shocked Mitch was playing Diablo 4 because that is probably his favorite game as of late. Hey, Bev, I've been here a while. Just forgot to say hi. Book Socks, it is good to see you. Good to see everybody. Welcome in, Raiders.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
If you are joining us right now, this is what we do most Thursday evenings. Not next Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, but most Thursday evenings, my brother and I have sat here for live podcasting for 5-6 years now, something like that.
We started in 2018. You discovered this platform, so going on 7 years,
6 or 7 years. But we've been doing a podcast for almost 15 years.
Over
little
15.
breaks here and there, but
not consecutively,
but a long time.
Yeah, as far as the calendar goes, since 2009. So coming up on 16 years for that. So
it's way too much. I'll be lurking and listening, but I need to go start my chicken cordon bleu for dinner. Oh my God. You have to come back.
My chicken cordon
chat
bleu.
And hang out and let us know how that goes because that sounds delicious. Maybe this Merlot we're about to have. I know. Sorry, chat.
I don't know.
Will that go with it? Can you have red wine with chicken? Is that okay?
You probably drink what you like with what you like to eat.
It's probably more of a white wine thing though, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
There's ham, I believe,
Chardonnay.
in chicken cordon bleu.
Oh.
So you could probably do that depending on...
pour them both together?
Yeah.
Make a red and white?
Make a rosé.
Make a rosé. There we go.
Bottle of red.
Rosé. There we go.
Bottle of white.
Oh, that would be pretty good. Man, does Bevy's shirt speak to me? It does. It does speak to all out there who have difficulties with math, as I do. Thankfully, I don't have that difficulty usually when I'm baking or when I'm making cocktails. My math is strong.
Very important.
Very important.
Especially
my
since
math
chocolate
is strong.
pie time is coming up.
It is. I got to get the
especially
ingredients
since
this weekend.
The third item this weekend is... Or this week is cocktail.
It is cocktail time.
Yes.
But yeah, thank you guys all for coming in. Appreciate the raid. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go grab some new glasses. Like I said, again, the wine that is up on the screen, we're going to go get the bottle for that. As we said before, normally not Merlot people. We try to stay away from it. Hence the movie that is 20 years old now last month.
If they want to drink Merlot, we're drinking Merlot.
No, if anybody orders Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking Merlot.
Okay. Relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
Easy. So in honor of that bit and like I said, with turkey time and dishes and holidays coming up, we're trying to get a few more wines in here for people to maybe check out and
consider
bring to their tasting table, their own personal tasting tables.
That's right.
But yeah, like I said, let's take a quick break. And
That's impossible.
Me fail English. All right, crocodile. All right, we will be right back. And we are back. Thank you guys all for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't hit any music while we were on break there because we were just going to grab something like super, super quick, and everyone got all feisty while we were gone. It was
redeeming things
crazy.
that,
I know, redeeming.
So we got you,
It's gonna
though.
be worse than that time I was stuck behind Robert Lozier at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Robert
Marsha,
Lozier.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Lozier. R as in Robert Lozier. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Lozier. B as in, by God, that's Robert Lozier. E as in, everybody loves Robert Lozier. R as in, Robert Lozier. T as in, Tim, look over there, it's Robert Lozier.
Space.
L as in, look, it's Robert Lozier.
Jan is in line, apparently. That was pretty good.
Space.
That was pretty good. Kaya, good to see you. How are you this fine evening? All right. Yeah, we didn't hit the music because we were just popping out for a quick second. All right, we've got a red wine here, shockingly. We've got a Merlot. Hi, Keith.
Hi, Gaia. Hi.
Why is there so much yelling? What are we yelling about?
Yeah, it just happened. This Grand Reserve Merlot,
Dry Creek Valley.
Dry Creek from Sonoma County, happened to show up. And then we were also realizing that it's the 20-year anniversary of Sideways, obviously one of our favorite drops. I think one of our listeners' favorite drops to hear that little bit, which we like that. And it's hard. Yeah, 20 years ago that came out and really influenced the wine industry. At least in that part of the world, we've read and seen lots of different clips on how, Merlot was kind of overplanted anyways, so it sort of helped, but then it also gave it somewhat of a bad reputation, and obviously then Pinot Noir exploded, but it brought a lot of attention to that particular area of California, which was it's a good area for making wine, growing grapes, and all that stuff. So yeah, we put all that stuff together. It's Thanksgiving. I've heard things about this from one of my coworkers.
Okay.
So
one of your coworkers?
One of my coworkers.
Do they have an F at the beginning of their name?
His first name does start with an F.
Okay.
Yes.
And he's putting on the Ritz.
He's putting on the fits.
Putting on the fits. There
if you're blue and you don't know where to.
Keith obviously has a better beard. He has had the head start in the grooming thing. I'm looking forward to in a couple weeks getting rid of this.
We all grow facial hair a little differently in the Barron's family.
Yeah,
Dad used to grow a mean mustache. I remember that from back in when well, you didn't live in Illinois, but there's pictures of Dad
with a mustache.
Yeah, with a mustache.
I've never seen him with a
can
mustache.
back me up on that. Yeah,
he was definitely a 5 o'clock shadow guy, like at 3 in the afternoon kind of thing.
Yep.
Like he always had,
that's for sure,
pretty thick beard in that regard.
But I didn't start. Growing facial hair for a while. It took me quite a while for that to happen, and then I kind of just would do this part here, and then it's only been the last few years it's expanded. So
yeah,
yes.
Seeker, how's it going? Good to see you. Like the Red Baron. It could be like the Red Baron. Seeker, how are you this fine evening? What are you enjoying? Is anybody else enjoying anything tasty in chat? Doesn't have to be alcohol. Could be anything else. Facial hair, yes. My area of expertise, yeah, sure.
There was a woman asked me today to help her find a medium, like full-bodied red wine to go with turkey. And I asked her what she likes to drink, and she said, "Well, I like Zinfandels." And I said, "So do I. You could drink Zinfandels." So, well, it's not really a turkey wine. I said, "Well, it is at our house." And so, anyways, we found some other stuff though.
We have so many other heavier dishes and things that do that.
Yeah, didn't
care for the mustache.
But he did grow it. There you go. Yeah, he didn't have it a lot, but I did say,
"Hey, thanks for the porn stash you got going there." That's very funny.
Pretty much.
I'm enjoying a nice Diet Pepsi. Nice. Doing good, man. Enjoying a lovely passion fruit mango and pineapple cordial, like the grown child I am. A passion fruit mango and pineapple cordial. That's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Had a classmate named Steve with the last name. I don't know if there's any. No relation. Someone who lives in Illinois. Yeah, no relation. A little alcohol coming through, but a lot of berry fruit. It is
14 1/4.
Oh, is okay.
Yeah,
good. I was
but I do like the. It has a depth, a richness of
chocolate
fruit.
in there maybe too. Is there like it's almost like a chocolate covered like cherry, raspberry, maybe some black currant in there.
How did you drink that Chardonnay?
Yeah.
And how did that?
Well, I still have some left.
But I mean, how did it taste? Did more of the alcohol come
more
off?
of the alcohol went away.
Okay.
The next day. Yeah. So that definitely got better. I think most of the stuff we said still stood, but yeah.
Okay.
But I was kind of surprised there still was some alcohol the next day.
Okay.
I had some of that like after stream. My wife only drinks cheap barefoot wine. I mean, if that's what she likes, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, there are definitely other things in that price range, especially not just Trader Joe's, but other people like I said, in that price range that can be a step up in not only flavor and quality. So like I said, always, like I said, if you're ever looking for recommendations on things, like I said, we definitely try a lot of wines under like $12 and under is kind of like a big category for us. Like I said, just because of, the value that Trader Joe's brings to things or other things that we've tried that we're always happy when we can find value. So
I say cherry, raspberry, some blackberry. The alcohol still comes through, but there's a good fruit bouquet going on. Berry bouquet.
Wife drinks very seldom. I don't drink at all besides a non-alcoholic beer every now and then. Yeah, we've had a lot of non-alcoholic beers lately too, Book Socks. A lot of stuff from Athletic Brewing. What else? There's some other places we've had lately too. But yeah, we're always trying to incorporate. Tonight was the night we didn't have a thing that was non-alcoholic. Yeah. But we always usually have something try and have something for everybody. Dry Creek Sonoma, hardly. Is it sweet or dry?
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. I have not had a sip yet. Yeah, we like the Athletic IPAs too. So we've had several of those. The darker stuff we have not enjoyed as much. We need to try something fresher and newer from them.
Hopefully we'll get something a little bit. Yeah, the most recent thing we had from them was the wit beer.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get something darker and soon. Yeah.
Snowed here last night and this morning. I'm dying.
Sonoma County. Oh, wow. That's a lot of rain.
Whoa. That is a lot of rain.
Okay.
Only that 0 wasn't there. You'd have even better perfect amount of rain. Like sweet wines, but not a huge wine drinker. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I mean, it's always drink what you like. It's always nice to expand and try other things, but yeah, always drink what you like. That is a lot of rain in Sonoma. Panta, how's it going? Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it.
Lurk.
Continuing now for a few more days. That's what you were saying. Yeah, Crocodile is part of a music Dickens Christmas music festival for the next 5 weeks.
Oh wow!
In this area on the weekends. Yeah, they play. There's a bunch of videos in Discord. I can show you how to look at those later. But yeah, he was from previous years. But yeah, it's really cool. If I do drink, I need sweet wine. Dry wine tastes like poison to me. I mean, again, also within you saying just dry wine is this, that also could be the level of dry wine that you had.
Could be
something that was on the drier side, the quality of it too.
Yeah.
So the rain missed up here in Alameda, Oakland for the most part. Real rain is north of San Francisco. Oh, Marin points north of that. What was it? Was it Marin Brewing? That was a brewery we used to get some stuff from every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had anything from them in forever. That used to be one of the ones you'd kind of seek out when we were looking for things.
Yep.
Real rain's up north of San Francisco.
That's what they say.
In these parts. How much older is Andrew compared to you?
Wow. Should look at the gray.
Yeah.
And flop that.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an 11-year
season.
There's an 11-year difference.
There's an 11-year
Almost
difference.
11 year.
What are you thinking?
I like it. Good. It's got some nice fruit.
I know what Miles was talking about.
It's dry. Definitely dry.
Yeah, definitely dry.
The fruit comes through. Could have a little more body, but I don't think Merlots are known for that. But Fitz had told me it's reminiscent of, he thought it was reminiscent of a French expression of this grape. And I don't know exactly what that means, but I know he is a fan of this. Thought it was pretty good. And we've been selling quite a bit of it at the store.
There's something about it that there's almost like a there's almost like a little, almost like bitterness, almost like the pith of a fruit or something in there. There's like because it's kind of in the middle, goes back a little bit. There's a little bit of that in there. The fruit comes through really nice. I like the heaviness of it. Like I said, I think the body is pretty good. It's a little dry, but I think if you're having it with food, it would be totally fine. No, it's actually pretty good.
More
overall.
of a food wine, and as that opens up a little bit more, I think there'll be even more there to savor.
Yeah, right. Gray means nothing. I've had a gray hair once. It could be caused by stress, or it could be called because of your rapidly aging and decline. It could be caused by both those things.
Oh my goodness!
Cause that amount of gray. I mean, it could. It also could. Although I was pretty easy to put up with. I was the usual annoying child, but that was about it. I was pretty straight as an arrow.
I tested out the fire pit the other night. Maybe I had to make sure it was working.
Did you burn your eyebrows off?
Oh yeah. No,
I should have not have turned on the gas for that much.
I thought that I didn't think there was much propane left in the one tank, and so I thought I'm just gonna see if it. And it did. It fired up, and it was good. But then all of a sudden the flame got lower, and I was like, I knew it.
Was that what happened the other year? Did you have to switch out tanks?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for that.
But that's easy. That's easy to do.
I know.
So
it's still
I
like
swap that out. But no, now we're
but
ready.
Now it's ready. You don't
I got
have to
a full
worry
one.
about it.
I have a full backup, and I changed out the battery for the igniter.
I like
change
those.
that out, so that's good. You know, we're good there.
I saw you play Red Dead 2. You're the straightest arrow I've ever seen. I know, in a game where I could actually do other things, and I still don't. I'm still a good Samaritan. I'm helping out people.
It's a fantasy thing.
Yeah, I still don't. I could be mean, and I choose not to be. Yeah.
My God, that was a little girl. I don't care.
Whatever. It's a game.
It's a game.
I only do that to the racists in the game. Yeah, there's like really good storytelling in Red Dead 2. With that kind of stuff. Every once in a while,
that ties into
every
the
once in a while I
beer
do.
thing too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Go.
Every once in a while I do live out that fantasy because then there's something in there where you go on like this little quest that just seems like innocuous. Where it's like, oh, can you help me find this book or and like it's like, oh, it's at this house, and like this gang has taken over like what was his old house, and he'd been kicked out, and you feel bad for this old guy, and then you go and look, and you're kind of like looking at things. You're like, what is it? Turns out he was a guy that would track down slaves and bring them back to their master. Like he was like a despicable.
In the
horrible,
game?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That this guy would do this. Not you, but this guy that you're helping out. Like you realize this because you find his book and it's him getting these payments from slave owners for tracking down their slaves and bringing them back and all that kind of stuff. And then you go back and you're like looking, you see like chains on the wall. And you're like, oh my God. And then you bring it back and he just wanted like this is his memory and his legacy. He wanted all these things. So like that guy shot.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Because like it has the option where like it's kind of like you just hand over some things and you can just like walk away or what. I turned around, I blew that man's brains out. I was like, no, that's not happening. Sorry, not in my world.
Put an end to this.
Yeah.
The one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was like, I thought you were a good guy. Not really. Some people aren't degenerates, Lucky, right? Guy grew up with an older sister. She wasn't as stressful as an older brother would be. Yeah, I need some beard tonics, right, Kaya? Yeah, that's what I need. Those would be helpful.
We got trouble.
I was surprised. I have like a little bit of gray going on in there. I was surprised when that.
Yeah, then you're like, shave that off.
Yeah, I'm like, get us out of here. Get that cat out of here.
The first time I ever let
just for men for right there. Just one spot.
Oh yeah, actually, you can do that.
No, I know.
There's beard, and then there's also like these little markers you can get. Basically, they're kind of like markers, and you can just do it.
Sharpie.
It's not a Sharpie.
It looks like
no, it's called like
spray stuff for when you were bald.
Well, there's that. I'm not going to go that way. But there is like a little, like a pen that you can use, and I think it's more like for your hair on your head.
Okay.
But it works very well for here. But then you have to watch out, like if you sweat and you're like, well, if it comes off because it's not permanent. Yeah.
I get
no.
you.
It's just more. Yeah.
A little bit of gray is from Chicago sports. Lucky, you're not wrong.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
probably one of the more accurate things said tonight for sure.
Yes.
That is very true.
Yeah. Especially the last weekend.
Ugh.
Last
a couple times in the last month.
Should be
no more undefeated teams though in the NFL.
Should be a rager tonight. Oh wow, you had to throw that one in there. Good though. It's
no
true.
More undefeated teams.
They had a chance, but then Josh Allen does what Josh Allen does.
Cheats.
Oh, it's funny. After you said that one day about there was.
Running out of bounds and then making the last minute throw and hoping for the call, that thing? Or
there was that.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he did, but he did something else. And I was like, but I was in Buffalo camp. So I decided to refrain. But I was like, Josh, you're whining. And to myself, I'm like, stop whining.
Yeah.
Cut it out. Come on.
Yeah, the 1 point loss is rough. Josh Allen does what he does, wins in the regular season, loses in the playoffs. There we go.
Well,
That's what I was hoping Lucky would come back with. There we go.
Yeah, my money's still on Mahomes.
Oh,
So
how can you not? Like,
you can't until he proves me wrong.
I think it's ridiculous that anybody like does not put them as the number one.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, like if anybody says it's not Detroit and Kansas City in the Super Bowl, like I think you're. I don't know. You're just not. Like, again, it might not be
They'll
those
have
two
some
teams
dips
because
and-
stuff's always going to happen.
Yeah.
But like to not say it's at least those two teams are the front runners, and probably Kansas City to win it again. Because like I said, if you have Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes, like how do you bet against that until it's proven wrong?
And Chris Jones and Steve Spagnuolo. Spagnuolo.
Yeah, Spagnuolo.
Spags. I'll just call him Spags. There you go.
Detroit is an out of control 18-wheeler. They're keeping it on the road right now. We'll see. They're definitely beating people up by 50 some points sometimes, but it's the dregs of society.
Definitely dry. Definitely, I think this needs some food, but enjoyable. Yeah. So I was out the other night. It was Monday night. It was kind of cold, but I had that fire going. I brought the little TV out. I was watching the football game. And
don't you have a bigger TV outside?
Not anymore. I have one we could move. We did have a bigger TV, but my son has it right.
Oh, I think every time I'm over there for parties, it's always out. So I just assume that TV's out there.
I have
That's
the
my
last couple
assumption.
times. I think I brought that little one out, but I might bring the bigger one from the back room out and put that out for the games when we get things set up. But I was enjoying. I think it was the last of my. I made a Manhattan the other night.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
What'd you use?
I just used I had the Peerless.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that was good. That was one that was more expensive than. Or we got it cheaper.
But it wasn't as good as I'd hoped it was.
The rye was better.
But it was good. So I just used that, and I had the cherries I'd had in the fridge for a long time. They were starting to get like the crystallized sugar.
Oh,
but they were still delicious.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Okay.
Remind me about the cherries. I want to catch up with chat quick, but remind me about the cherries in a second. Haven't kept up how the Steelers been since they got Fields. They're first in the division, but Fields has been the quarterback for only about half the games. They've also been bringing Russell Wilson.
Last 3 or 4.
Is kind of back in there, so it's kind of a little bit of both. It's their defense and good coaching is leading them
and they're on
as usual.
Tonight. They play the Browns tonight.
I was reading Cowboys tickets for Thanksgiving are going for $50. If that's true, Lucky, that's nuts. Podcasters, which of you do you think is the better uncle? Wow, I don't know. I don't think there really is a better uncle.
I always liked Uncle Joe. Oh, wait. You mean of us?
I'm assuming of us.
Oh, okay. A better uncle. I don't think that would be.
I don't think there's really any better or worse.
Yeah, I don't think that would be.
I think our family's just all too good for the most part. All right, so back to the cherries, which I had to look at the jar multiple times.
Okay.
This last jar that I got, I've had 5 pits.
Really?
In seedless cherry.
Oh, okay.
And it's after the first 2, now I like cautiously eat them.
I would do that too.
But yeah, no, the first 2 I pulled out of there. I had one and I bit and I was like, what is, I was like, oh my God, it's a pit. And I was like,
does it say may contain pits? Probably have
Kyle
to put
Pitts,
that on there.
the guy from the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons tight end.
No, I don't even think he gets that. But no, like I said, I was like, oh, I don't think they're supposed to have there, are they? And then I had another, and like literally back to back, I was like, like maybe the jar, maybe they changed it. It's different. Maybe I was weirdly lucky for my first 2 or 3 jars.
No,
like,
I've never.
And like, no, and I looked at it, it says on there seedless cherries, it specifically says seedless cherries. And then I've had at least 2 more since then.
I'll return it.
No.
I'll take it back.
I've already eaten like a third of them, so I don't know how that works. But
eat them all and then I'll take it back.
That doesn't seem right.
Let me just give me the pits to take back.
Should I?
And
the next one I find one, should I spit the pit back in the jar? I'll save it for you, and then you can take it back.
You call these?
Look
seedless?
what my brother had in there. This is a tooth
Is this
issue.
your idea of seedless Trader Joe's?
Between the two of you compete, there will be no competition. An older brother with a small age difference could be stressful, but I had a brother several years older. He was the best ever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm very lucky. Like I said, never had any of those kind of issues. So you're saying those cherries are the pits? Oh, I think I might be. There you go, Lucky. Guess they had too many Brad Pitts. Oh, also not bad. Go for that. Dog Boy, how's it going? Ahoy, Bevs in chat. How's it going tonight? It is going good. We are on the second beverage of the evening. We started off with the local-ish brewery, Wren House. They had a
holiday beer.
Seasonal winter ale, Ain't No Lobos, which was really good if you like kind of a darker, maltier kind of beverage, which was really good. Actually, I can bring up. There you go. If anybody wants the links to all the things and stuff, you can check it out right there. The one for the Merlot is not specific to the one that we had from Trader Joe's. But I found this really great website that is all about the Dry Creek Valley and the Sonoma wine country. There's links to a bunch of other vineyards and just information and tour stuff. And I was like, okay, that's really cool since I couldn't find anything specific to that wine. So if you want to learn about that region and stuff, you can check that out. And then the last one is the Old Fashioned that we will be making later. The Oaxacan Old Fashioned. It's a tequila variant Old Fashioned.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun. Why do my joints hurt when it's cold out? I'm only 25. That's the part right there. You're lying to yourself. You're actually 26. I don't know why your joints. I mean, I definitely sometimes when it starts to rain, like I'll feel a little something.
And cold weather certainly can affect that. That's for sure. Usually, I mean, not always when you're young, but it can happen to any time. I mean,
Forever young.
Yes.
Forever young. I just remember him being on the back of a truck or something like that. He's riding
Something
through
like
fields.
that.
What the hell is going on with that video?
And I heard that wasn't even his kid that was in the video.
What?
I know. And he had kids. I think lots of them.
I still remember the funniest thing ever. I think it was at Target. I was walking around with my wife. This is probably a decade ago now. He put out some album, like wasn't it like a classical or a jazz album? Or
he
something?
put out a few of standards actually.
And the cover of it was him kind of like doing his little dance pose.
Yeah.
But then there was also like a woman, and the way it looked like the woman's legs were a part of his body. And it was like her legs going down, and it was like a kind of like a can kind of look. So it was his body, and they didn't do this on purpose, but there was something with the angle. And my wife and I just started laughing out loud, and like as we walked by, we saw the CDs, and we're like, "Oh my god!" We just started dying. It was so funny. I can't remember the name. Like I said, if my wife was here, I'd ask. Like I said, because it was him, and we were just like, "This is the funniest thing we've ever seen."
Baby, it's cold outside.
It is cold outside. That's what they say. Rod Stewart put out. I mean, this is a decade. Like I said, he put out some. It was like standards or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. He did
something
a couple
like
of them, I think.
But it's
actually.
him doing his little.
Yeah.
I actually have a Rod Stewart like actual album.
Vinyl, you mean?
Vinyl.
Oh,
yeah,
wow, okay.
I think we got. It was one of those ones like. There became a frustrating part because we always, and you used to do this more too, where we would go out and we'd look for albums, kind of scavenge for stuff. And we're not people that are reselling. It was more like just finding things that were kind of neat, or stuff that was, like, oh, it's cool to have that on an album or whatever else. There became a point, like probably in the last few years, where all of a sudden everyone just thinks like that every album is worth way too much money. And like even like the local thrift shops and stuff, either someone would go through them and take out all the good stuff because there's literally nothing good anymore, or what they have was good, they're charging way too much for. It's like, this album's ripped in 4 places and it's scratched in 2, and like I don't know. It's kind of sad. The truck I bought it, a CD player in it. I was shocked. I had to say it that way. There she blows.
The truck I bought had a CD player in it. I remember when I had the thing where you'd put the cassette. It was like you put the cassette in, but then that had a wire coming out to let it was. I think I had a Philips CD player, and and then it'd have anti-skip, but that was a way to have if you only had a cassette player in your. I remember that, and then those got better over the years.
I remember in the Plymouth,
now they're completely obsolete.
Had an Alpine stereo with the CD player where you could take off the face.
Oh yeah,
that in. So I had that, and then I had a little equalizer under that too that I had added on.
God, it's so crazy.
Now you don't even have a CD player in your car anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's
no.
We had it. The last vehicle we had actually had it in there. We had a single disc CD player, like it just was
Pockets.
part of it.
Infinity had that. That was a 2012, so that had one in it. And I think when I had I don't think maybe the Sorrento did. I can't remember if it did or not. That was a 2011. So, but yeah, I don't even.
The other Outback we had the blue one, the 2021 or 20 or whatever, that had it in it.
Oh
that
wow!
Still had a CD player in it. Yeah. It was part of like whatever package we had just happened to be, because it was in like the armrest. Like you lifted it up and there was an up and down CD player you put it in, so it wasn't even in the dash. It was weird.
If they want to drink Merlot,
there you go, Merlot. Guardian down.
Merlot, I'm leaving. I am not drinking any fucking
20 years
Merlot.
old.
Okay, relax, Miles. Jesus, no Merlot.
When October Goes by Barry Manilow.
That's a great song.
The October Blows. Guardian Down, is good to see you. How are you doing this evening? Weird how CD players are just passes by. Oh God, is that what Andrew feels? Right, Lucky?
When October, that is, I Yeah, I love that song. It's very melancholy, but it's
I'm waiting for it. All right,
great
let's
song.
hear some bars. Here comes chat. Let's hear some bars.
No,
I don't know this song.
No, you have to
You probably should play. You should
look
probably
it up.
Sing
Listen
some
to
right
it.
now. Let's
No,
see.
it's good.
What's Keith's rendition of Rod Stewart?
No, it's by Barry Manilow.
Oh,
When October Goes by Barry Manilow. I'm not sure
When October
what
goes by Barry Manilow.
inspired Baker to share that, but I'm glad she did. So
Tired. I had a turkey dinner at work today and never got my nap in. Guardian down. I apologize for
Tryptophan.
that. That is awful. The tryptophan is taking you over. Can you sneak in a nap right now, or the kids bothering you too much? Mom had a 5-disc CD changer in her car at one time. That was right uptown.
5. Wow.
I never had that. We had a 5-disc changer in the house.
I had a 6, I think.
Like a multi-disc or whatever.
Yeah,
And
Pocket got me that for my 30th birthday.
Oh, really? Do you still have it?
No, I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Recently bought a new used CD player, as I still have a massive CD collection from my years working at a couple music stores from 89 to 2001. I still have all my CDs. They're literally the closet right behind us. I have 2 giant tubs worth of CD. Like, we never got rid of any of them. Like,
I still have mine.
They're all in, like, obviously on our phones and stuff now, but
Yeah.
we have, like I said, all of those things.
Got my CDs. I got rid of some cassettes. And then all of a sudden I was like, I heard that they're buying cassettes again. I was like, I shouldn't have thrown all those cassettes away. I still have some cassettes though, but not all of them.
Singers Recording Classics reminded me.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When October goes to Cabana.
So that was a song that Johnny Mercer I think wrote the words to, and before he passed, he had liked Barry Manilow's Mandy, because he had a daughter named Mandy. And so
Or a guy named Andy.
A man named Andy. That's right. Or a man named Andy.
Was it you came
And you gave
it?
yeah. But I gave you Ben Gay, oh Andy.
There's a Simpsons reference for you.
That's a great episode too. And so, but then he, I guess he had written that, but then he died, but then his widow found this stack of undone stuff he had done, and she sent it to Barry Manilow, and he turned that into this song, When October Goes. And yeah, it's great. It's a great song.
When October goes, won't you know how much I love you? Oh. My dad still has 8 tracks. We had an 8-track in the Olds Delta 88.
Yep.
We had an 8-track in there. I remember we had a Jim Croce 8-track.
We had some Gordon Lightfoot.
Gordon Lightfoot. I heard Gordon Lightfoot the other day, the classic, the If You Could Read My Mind. Also, the Edmund Fitzgerald
The
came
wreck
on
of
the
the
way.
F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Yeah. 7 p.m. The Great Gatsby came in. All right. Should we make a beverage?
I think so, but I think you better play some music this time, so there's no confusion.
We'll definitely play music.
We don't want confusion.
We'll definitely make that happen. That needs to happen. And yeah, it'll be a little bit longer break because we're going to make the Oaxacan old-fashioned
Play
cocktail.
When October Goes. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah.
Probably be struck down.
Be struck down.
Okay.
That is kind of what the cocktail will look like roughly right there. It is a recipe that I have seen a few times. I have had actually my friend HJ that we do the pumpkin pie porter with. That is where I've actually had a version of the drink a couple times over there. In fact, the last time I went over there, that was what I asked him to make for me. And it was absolutely delicious. So we'll see if my version is at least on par, which I don't know if it will be, but his is always excellent. It involves usually a reposado tequila. I actually only have an añejo tequila, so we're going to step that up one notch. It's got mezcal in there for a little bit of the smoke. Got some agave nectar. Instead of Angostura bitters, because I am a little unhappy with how potent my Angostura bitters, like it's a little too cinnamony for me, I'm actually going to use chocolate bitters.
Oh,
so I'm going to go that route instead.
Okay.
And then, like I said, usually the orange peel garnish is on there as well. But recipe is there if you guys so choose to look at that. I'll put the link back in chat again if you were interested. But yeah, it's basically an old fashioned, but you're switching out some, obviously some tequila and some mezcal in there to add a little bit of a flair. If we were not doing the mezcal, I could have also smoked the tequila, but I done the smoker on that one, which is always fun. But that would probably might be a little too much smoke.
Oh, we can talk about it when we get back. But
okay. All right. Well, we will be right back. And we are back. Radio Nut, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. My gosh, I didn't think you'd ever come in here. Finally, the day has occurred. Radio Nut, thank you for the follow. We are back. We've got an old-fashioned variant cocktail on our table right here. We have made, if Baker is looking for hers, it is in the kitchen.
That's right.
So whatever, if you're going to stop by, it is in there. It's in there for you. Along with
if you don't get over here quick enough, then Litha might get to it. So.
That's true. My wife may die for that one.
You never know.
No guarantees. No guarantees. But yeah, this is a Oaxacan old-fashioned, fairly, I think, getting a little bit more common. Like I had heard of it before I'd actually had it over at my friend's house. Like it is pretty much an old-fashioned. But you are using some form of tequila, at least a reposado. We're using an añejo today. Radio Nut came, but we are still waiting for Mithrax Touch Me. I don't see. Did he resubscribe? Did Mithrax Touch Me? They resubscribe Guardian Down? Has it happened yet? We're still waiting. We're still waiting for that day. It has not. It's not occurred. Poor Mithrax. But yeah, at least a reposado tequila. We're using an añejo. Don't look at me. Yeah, right. Don't look at you. Sure. Half ounce of mezcal.
Okay.
Which I would like to make a commitment to the new year that we should have some other mezcals. We should need to reach out and try some other things. Because we've literally had like 2.
We have the Trader Joe's and we've had the Dos Hombres.
Yeah, and I've heard that they're much better than both of those. So we need to try those and not breaking the bank. So we need to try those more in the new year. Agave nectar, Angostura bitters. I am not like I said, if I had the classic like Pichards or whatever Angostura bitters, I probably would have used that. I don't have it, so I have a chocolate bitters. That's what I went with as well because it still has some of those spice notes in there.
Okay,
but is a little bit more, like I said, again, I think kind of as we get to autumn, I think of more of those heavier notes of chocolate. I have a black walnut bitters that's also really good. I like that in old fashions. That would have been good too. But yeah, and then you can use an orange peel. I decided to garnish with the classic cherry. May or may not contain
contain pits. So we got to be watching out for that. But
and then my beautiful perfect ice cube is in there as well.
I love that. That's great.
Yeah, so it is a good looking cocktail.
Yeah, we do have another mezcal at the store I could get for a pretty good, and which comes also recommended. So in a cool bottle. But Ojo de Tigre.
El Tigre. Boy, I haven't watched that show in forever. I don't think it's on anymore.
The Alegre. There's almost a soda equality to it. It's light. It's
okay.
But
chocolate might be bringing that to the party. I get the smoke in there,
aroma
which is
wise,
nice. The smoke is in there is nice. It's not overwhelming. It's only half an ounce.
Yeah, I think
I get a little bit of the tequila, a little bit of the chocolate. It's just a very nice, well-balanced blend of all of the things, again, that are in there, which is obviously what you're looking for in a cocktail, but...
Do get a little smoky.
Yeah, that does smell nice. I do have like the smoker thing too, which you could do that. If you didn't have mezcal, you could just go all the way with tequila and then do that part, if that was something that interested you. Like I said, I like that little cocktail smoker. It's pretty fun. Good presentation. Don't look at me. Yeah, that's gonna make me chuckle.
Ooh, there's something there at the end.
Get a little heat at the end there, kind of just going down.
Just
at least
the,
for me.
the old retro nasal. As they say.
The retro nasal.
Oh, so so retro nasal. We use that term,
right?
I don't even remember what thing we were talking about the other day, but a customer, we were talking about a spirit or some sort of drink, and she said, "Oh yeah, it has a great back shadow." Oh, back shadow! I've never heard.
Wow!
That. I said I'm going to use that
back shadow.
The back shadow, but it was referring to that like sort of finish. And I was like, okay,
that's a Cat Stevens song, isn't it?
I'm being followed by a back shadow. I was like, okay, back shadow.
Love those ice cubes. They add such a special difference to. They do. They are fantastic. I love it when I get to use them. Like I said, if you make an old fashioned, if you make some of these other kind of whiskey based cocktails that are a little heavier in spirit to some extent, and that are not going in like a coupe glass. Yeah, I love it's just fun. It's just fun. And this is nice. This is one of those cocktails you make everything in the glass. Like I put the cube in the glass. You're not using a shaker. It's all.
So usually you do the shaker.
It's a stirred down cocktail. Like I said, you put everything in there, kind of stir it up. Like I said, if you've got a nice bar spoon, like I said, it works. Yeah, it works out really well.
I am surprised how much the smoke comes through in that.
It's only a half ounce.
And but in a good way, it accentuates it. So I'm glad that you didn't use the other one, the other mezcal, because I think that would have been too much.
I think that one's a little sweeter and a little smokier.
I don't know why. And I thought this in the aroma and I didn't say it. It reminded me of a highball. I don't know what it is.
Well, you were mentioning the cola thing.
I'm guessing so there's like maybe something gingery, something maybe the chocolate is making
I feel the chocolate bitters might be kind of like adding that depth of sweet.
But I like that. Depth of sweet.
Mezcal is like oxygen. Oh, that's just sweet.
How you feeling about it?
Oh, I love it. That's delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's definitely different.
So different.
It's definitely different too than even the one that I've had when I go over to HJ's house, because he makes it a little more classic. The drink actually, because of the Angostura bitters, even comes out a little pinkish red.
Okay.
Because of that, and it's only because of the bitters, and that one hits a little bit more.
I like the color of this one.
I think there's even a variant where I've seen people use like an Amaro or a Campari in there as opposed to the bitters.
Oh, okay.
And like,
it could be a little too much.
So that's in there. I saw someone make a drink the other day with, it's called a Ferrari, and it's half Campari, and half Fernet.
Oh, okay. So Ferrari.
Yeah, and it was funny, like as he's pouring, I'm like, okay, maybe the other, like, cause I'm not.
Those are both bitters, I think.
So that's what I was like.
Okay.
So as me that did not connect that right away, I was like, okay, I'm like, well, maybe the other thing balances out the other one. And he's like, well, you've got the Campari is bitter, and then you've got this is bitter. I was like, oh, I'm already out. Like that sounds terrible. Like that sounds. And he was even like the person that had it, like normally liked a lot of those cocktails. Like, yeah, this is just like bitter to be bitter. Like it was kind of one of those things. I was just like, yeah, that doesn't sound.
It's
good.
just a cute name that they came up with for.
I've definitely been making notes on some other like espresso martini variants. Have you ever heard of the Cottajito or Cottajito? I think is the name of the drink, but it's like liquor 43 is like this specific spirit that you use in there.
Oh no.
And it's like an espresso martini variant, and it looks really like, so I've been making notes on some different, like I said, wanting to get into some of these other cocktails maybe in the new year as we kind of get into things. But like I said, that one sounded, because we've been liking the espresso martini stuff, and then that one was this. He's got like, it's kind of cool, this bartender. I follow him on TikTok, and it's not the ones I've never talked about this guy before, but he's kind of got like a older speakeasy type of feel, like vibe going to it. He's got like kind of like a, look hat, and he's got the beard kind of going on, and he's, in this like darkened room, and he was showing how like, he's like, people don't like this other variant, but they want the espresso martini, and here's how much quicker you can get your drink if you order the coffee. Like there was like a speed thing initially because of the ingredients, but then he was talking about still there was so much depth, and anyway, it was really interesting seeing the comparison. Paco, how's it going? It is wonderful to see you. The evening has already been made better. Hello.
Paco.
It's good to see you.
I had something.
But yeah, I would like to get whatever that liquor thing is, because that's been in a couple different drinks as well as the espresso martini. We've talked about the green chartreuse. I've been slowly making a list of like, okay, if we get these couple things, we can make these 6 things. Like I've been trying to like,
well, I'm
trying to get those to balance into like, okay, here's the equation, Keith. If we split these, we can make these like X amount of cocktails. That seems like a worth it, variant or whatever to make those. And then, we just keep them on hand for whatever.
One is chartreuse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Green chartreuse, that liquor 43. Is the other one. Ghost VO, damn, are we already on the last drink? We are. 43. We're sipping it. We're enjoying it right now.
What is liquor 43?
It's literally what it's called.
Oh, okay.
My children are on a Discord call with Lucky, and nothing good can come from that. Oh my God. They're probably planning a birthday. Now, we found out the other day when Paco's actual birthday is, and it's coming up in a couple weeks.
Oh.
Like a week and a half.
So it'll actually be appropriate.
We actually do know her real birthday coming up soon. I won't say it again in case, like I said, but yeah, let me see what it actually, like, I don't know if it's like a coffee liqueur specifically. Nice. The Spanish liqueur.
Okay.
Liquor
43.
Green liquor, Cartagena. Because I think it's called like a Carajillo. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it.
Cartagena.
43 natural ingredients, which includes Mediterranean citrus fruits. And
Oh,
selected
okay.
botanic- Yeah, so it's got some citrus in there, but and that was what he talked about. I think why he liked it in the espresso martini variant was because it brought some citrus plus some of these other I don't know. It sounded real. I'll show you the. Do you have TikTok? Like, can I start sending you? Like, I have all these videos of like drinks that I want to send you.
But
I
think I took it off my phone.
Okay, because I can't. Because I remember I sent you like, oh, I can't look at it.
Yeah, it won't let me do that.
I'm like, I have all these
but I could
beverage
find
things
it
I want to
somewhere.
send you.
Yeah, I know. One of my friends sent me something. It was TikTok related. I was like, well, it takes me here, so I found a way around it. But I could put it back on my phone.
It used to be that you could like look at it because I remember it was the same thing with Joe. Like I could send, and they could look at it you could look at it without it, and then it was within the last I don't know. 3-4 months, whatever I'd say, they're like, "Oh, I can't look at it anymore." I was like, "Damn it!"
The number 43 reminds me of. You remember the AFX race car sets? You know, the black track. You'd put them together. The cars were in the groove. You'd set.
Yeah.
So
you'd hold it.
Yeah. One of the cars one of the sets I had, it had a black sort of Formula One or race car looking thing, and the other one was a stock car. And it had number 43 on it. I still
Rapid
remember,
Roy?
And I still remember Dad singing, "I'm 43 and you can't catch me, you wait and see." So when your kid's saying Liquor 43,
that's awesome.
It was reminding me of that because it was.
This thing's not even that expensive. It's like $20, $25 for a bottle.
All right, so we need Liquor 43.
That was something like I said again. I'll start sending to you, and then you can figure out if you want to open them or not. Yeah, green chartreuse is the other thing.
Okay,
they're plotting birthday gifts apparently. That sounds accurate.
As long as it's the actual birthday.
Carajillo.
Carajillo.
Yeah, so that was the drink that they were making.
Aha.
Your high school football jersey was 43? Oh, okay. Now, were they respecting at the time, like, where that should have been? Because what should have that? Could that have been like a linebacker? Like, what were you at 43? Like, what position
probably
did you play?
Linebacker or maybe a safety. Right?
Could be a safety, that's true.
Maybe a fullback.
Linebacker, okay.
There we go.
So there we go. Linebackers. All right, nice.
All right, so now here's the big thing. Is this going to have a pit?
Yeah.
No pit.
That would have been amazing if you had one in there.
I know. Kind of hoping for it, actually.
I kind of was too.
But those cherries are so freaking delicious, though.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, my God. The other day, I was like, did you have one?
No.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay, good.
I was also hoping.
That would have been live. A live revelation.
What was
the pit revelation?
Let's do Trader Joe's for everything they had.
That's right. I broke 6 teeth.
Yeah. Why did you keep chewing? I don't know.
I don't know. Because I knew it was live and I could sue Trader Joe's.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. It's because it's so different than what I usually drink or what we usually make. It's just very different.
Were you talking about any cocktail or just old fashions or like, or what do you? What are you comparing?
Well, because of the smoky, because it doesn't have like that, that whiskey component to it. It's just very different from a lot of what I've had. Because like I told you the other day, I had a Manhattan, so that's going to have a whiskey component to it. It's just nice.
You still have the Woodford?
It's variant. No, I finished that.
Oh, okay.
That finally, that was only 4 years, 5 years.
That's a good one though.
But I did, you mean the double oaked?
Yeah.
Yes, I did wind up.
What is in your whiskey cabinet for the holidays?
So right now I still have the bottled and bond Kirkland.
Okay.
You
still have Trader Joe's.
I had that last year. I still have a bottle of probably each from the last 2 years.
All right.
Early December.
Rachel's got plenty.
Is that really? Right. She has stuff to choose. I have an Angel's Envy that that Darren bought last year. So I still have that.
That's always good for Manhattan.
I have the Peerless, and I have the Yellowstone. I still have that. Oh, and I still have the Japanese whiskey. And I found way in the back, I still have the Trader Joe's High Rye bourbon.
Oh yeah,
that we don't even sell that anymore. So, but I have that. So.
You made this drink at home? We did. This is the picture here is a little bit of an exaggeration, but like I said, what we actually had here is my classic. Like I said, I do actually make the fun cube and like I said, everything else in there. But yeah, this is the the Oaxacan Old Fashioned. So basically subbing out some tequila and some mezcal for your what you would normally have as the bourbon portion. And then it's a bar set. Oh yeah, they are really nice. Like there are ways you can make them ridiculously cheap, or you can spend about 30 or like 30, 40 bucks, something like that. And there's a mold you can buy on Amazon that has these perfect like 2-inch by 2-inch cubes, and it's a whole process of like freezing them, and so then the water keeps them clear because of the way it freezes, because of the mold around. Like there's a bunch of science to it. But what I liked about this company that I got this from as a gift is that if I wanted to, you can switch out the mold that's in there, and you can get one that has smaller cube sizes, or you can get ones that make either the round, if you want round as opposed to the square, or if you want, they also make ones that are like more like a really tall cube for like a highball. You can get like these long rectangle ones.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wait, wow. And did it come with all those?
No, I was just saying you can buy those as add-ons, which at least is nice that you have the option. You can do, like I said, again, if you want to do really cheap, you can literally buy, and there's videos out there, like we don't have a video, but there's videos out there where you can buy a small, like, got cooler or whatever, like igloo cooler, and you just put water in there, and the way it freezes, you pull out the block and you cut it down yourself. And then you have to go to work of cutting it down yourself.
Get your chainsaw out and start doing some ice sculpture. And yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, it was way too much work. Like I said, this is nice. You can make, I think it's 12 cubes. I think is what I can make. I'd have to look again. I think it's 12 though. And so I just usually, whenever my freezer is getting a little more empty, like if we haven't been to Costco in a little bit or whatever, I make a batch of those. I throw them in a plastic bag, and then, like I said, whenever I can, I try and just keep refilling that. But yeah, it is definitely nice. Adds a little bit to the drink. Yeah, so yeah, that is good. Definitely could see sitting out by the fire and just enjoying a cocktail like that, like a Manhattan or something like that.
It just came up available again to order as the Trader Joe's actual pre-made old fashioned. We've never tried it. I don't know if that's.
What is it in? Is it in a can?
No, it's in a bottle.
Oh, kind of like the espresso thing?
Yeah, it's a bigger bottle than that though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like probably a 750.
Is it a 750?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anybody, has that been around before?
It's been around. It sells like crazy.
Is there any word on the street?
I have
by people you trust?
I would say not by people who I've had like a shared drinking experience with.
There we go.
So people, yes, I guess I have heard good things about it from customers, from people that I don't necessarily know their what their style is or so I don't really know. But I mean, yeah, no, it sells.
You see them say like this is really good, and then you follow them around the store to see their other selections.
I see that. Okay. That's another way to judge. Okay,
that would be really funny, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I'm taking notes. My phone out.
Bevy, did I ever tell you about the Thai coworker ordered an old fashioned and they made it with Fireball? They were ew.
Fireball.
Oh my God, with Fireball? That's gross.
That would be a surprise.
And not a good one.
No, not a good
shocker.
One. That's a yeah.
That's a shocker kind of surprise.
That was
the face he made. Oh my God. I don't even. I can't even. Like I know I've talked about, like I've been interested in, so like there are like fun little flavored whiskey cocktails and things. And obviously, like we went and saw the movie last week. I got my, my milkshake or whatever. Like I said,
your boozy shake,
my boozy milkshake or whatever. Like I said, so that's like I said is always fun. And so like if they use something flavored in there, like that makes sense. But yeah, like to get a classic cocktail, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Ruined Fireball for myself in college. It was go-to for an easy buzz. Oh, but then coming back up, is that how it got ruined?
Oh,
I think everyone has some sort of experience like that.
Something, yeah.
Where you like either got sick on something or had a really super bad hangover. Like tequila kind of used to be that for me, but then I realized it was because of the cheaper
It was a certain type of tequila.
Well, yeah, it was like the Jose Cuervo. It was anytime it's like the cheaper tequila, like I know. Like even now today, like if I have a margarita at some place, I try not to order the house margarita because I assume that's going to have the cheaper stuff in it. But even sometimes when I order like, whatever, Presidente or this, that, and the other, like you go to have something like that next day, if you've had even one, I'll be like, that one was definitely more of the sugar. Bad. Yeah, it was like, that was only 50% agave. You're a top shelf guy. I would say I'm a mid to top shelf guy. Like I said, I definitely pick my spots with like, if I'm making cocktails, like I have learned what is, like I said, since we're talking tequila, like what is, hey, this is 100% agave. This doesn't have filler in it, all that kind of stuff. 5 stars out of a 4 guy RX. That is a great call.
Good,
right
good
there.
job. Good
Nice.
shirt reference.
Can't do anything cinnamon anymore. I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that is definitely an oh no. Absinthe is the only thing to ever make me sick or give me a hangover. I've never had Fireball. And absinthe too, you even have to be careful of, like, if it actually is real wormwood and all that kind of stuff, you know, like anything. And that's why it's like sometimes with tequila, people are like, oh, I can't drink tequila. It's whatever. It's like, well, what have you had, you know, with anything? And it's, when I ask those questions, either in chat of any kind, like it's not me being like a dick. I'm just like,
yeah,
well, which one was it that you had? Cause, you know, like maybe you had like literally a bargain basement one, you didn't realize it, and there's better versions out there that maybe you would love, but maybe you still wouldn't like it. But just always want to give people, it's always like asking to give more knowledge. Happy birthday. What's your go-to birthday drink, Paco? Aside from Corona and Windex. Jesus. Oh, man, Rianth knows all the jokes. God damn it. Yeah, I don't recommend Fireball unless you're doing some like fun mixed cocktail thing. Like I would never be like, I need a shot of Fireball with, like, that's just never a word that's going to come out of my mouth. And if it does, that's how you know I'm being kidnapped. You ever want to know if
something's wrong with Bevy?
If I'm being kidnapped? Yeah, Andrew's in trouble. How do you know? He just said he needed a shot of Fireball whiskey.
He needed,
and he wanted. And
he willingly,
and he said at room temperature. He requested room temperature
in one of his New Orleans glasses.
I love
that. Was the key. It took me.
I love my
New
Orleans whiskey glasses.
It took me over the edge.
Rachel reached for one of those the other day, and I was like,
"No,
huh?"
Yeah, you're like, no.
I was like, hey.
Hey,
because she couldn't reach the other glasses because they're so high up. She like was able to reach one of those. I was like, "Can I get that for you?" She's like, and then she's like, "Oh," and I was like, "Those glasses are expensive." And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Why are they so?" I was like, "Well, they're double walled, and this, and like, and they're very special to me." I was like, "So please don't break them." Do you like amaretto stone sours? An amaretto sour, man, that'll probably call Planty out of the woodworks, for gosh sakes. Talking about an amaretto sour, I tell you. But if I'm just drinking something, it's probably Angry Orchard Woodchuck ciders. Those are some of our first ciders that we really liked.
The barrel aged and there were some good ones we had for a while there.
Barrel aged ciders were really good. The what else did we have from them? Because it was like a seasonal one, because it was like a bourbon barrel aged cider. Yep. And I'm trying to think of what else that we had from. We had a couple different things. That was kind of like our cider arc. Disaronno is a great call. It is really good. I do like the Disaronno. I like that in my Manhattans. Sometimes I throw that in there a little bit. And just even a classic like amaretto sour is always good. I do like the whiskey variant though a little more. I like having a little bit of. I like that extra punch. A little bit of extra punch.
Scanning the possibilities for the
Scanning
raid.
some possibilities. So next week, obviously no podcast. It is Thanksgiving.
Correct. We hope you all have
here
a
in the
great
US.
Thanksgiving.
So we will be doing that. And like I said, Wednesday I'll be making pies and stuffing and things. So next week will be no podcast. So the following week, tentatively doing some vintage ales. We're thinking maybe
possibly,
unless something else obviously comes up. That's kind of what we're initially thinking.
Yeah, who knows? It's a couple of we have several days for something to present itself.
We do. We've got a little bit of time. So
we
it's nice having a little bit of a plan.
Yeah.
But then being able to
we've got an outline where it could be.
There you go. We have an outline.
It could be wine. It could be. I mean, that because now I start thinking about the new year. I start thinking about the holidays as far as like sparkling wines. I also start thinking about. I'm somewhat. Even though I don't think I'm going to like it, I'm kind of intrigued to maybe try the mulled wine that we have at work, the glue wine. That's just it's only a $7 investment, so hey, yeah. But that could be fun too. But we've got some thoughts.
I have some thoughts.
Yes,
have to share a picture of all the great food you cook. Yeah, I'm going to try and be a little better this year about in Discord posting pictures of food and things as we do them. Like I said, I'll be making some chocolate pies and some. Like I said, my mom comes over and everyone gets together and we make the stuffing together. So we get that done, the pounds and pounds worth of stuffing. that we have to get
We
completed.
do love the pounds of stuffing.
We have to do that.
Only have 20 this year, though.
I was going to say slightly smaller gathering.
Slightly smaller. It's funny when you think that when you say, "Oh, we're having 20," it's not as big.
Oh,
as
it's a small gathering.
It's not though. It's
I mean,
8 fewer than last year.
I was gonna that was the math I came up with today. I was talking with Baker, and it was like because we were discussing the amount of stuffing, and it was like, and she was like, "Well, do we need it?" I was like, "Well, no." I'm like, if we do the larger amount we did last year, but then I said we're gonna have like 6 to 8 less people, and I kind of went through just roughly doing that, and I was like, I think it's like 8 less. So I said that seems like around. I still was thinking 20 to 22. Like I said, I'm not sure, but anyway.
Yep.
So
sparkling sugar plum that's what we had last week. It was delicious.
Oh, that's true. Having sparkling grape juice and sugar plum. The kids this year, nice. And everyone's been buying those chips. Everyone has been big into those chips.
I had a whole bag of those the other night. And all of a sudden, it's gone.
Wow,
I know.
bag.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Is that your like guilty pleasure?
It seems extremely guilty. I should be arrested. Pleasure. Yeah, no, I do. It is very easy to sit down with those, and all of a sudden,
that is amazing.
A bag is gone.
Snagged it after your podcast last week. Look at this.
Glad you enjoyed.
Direct sales right there as we speak.
Watch out, they'll get you. All of a sudden, next day you're like, I ate a whole bag of those. Haven't had any since then though. So
just make sure you have some good drinks. There is always Turkey Day to me is always about like a little bit of beer and then just into a lot of wine, and then in the evening like having some sort of cocktail
maybe
or like some
or
sort of
something heavier.
Yeah. Yep. A little something heavier. I think the thing I claim every day, I bought 3 yesterday. See?
Good.
I think the thing I'm claiming every year is that I'm going to try and not have a second helping of food so I can have pie, but I don't know if I'll achieve that goal. I don't think I've had pie like the last 2 or 3 years.
Well, we definitely have to send you home with
No, you do. You guys are always
Okay,
wonderful.
good. All right,
no,
good.
I always get some, but I never have any there because I'm always like, I'm so full because like everyone makes so many good dishes. I'm like, I don't know.
It's good. I'm hoping that, obviously we have a few. I don't know what's actually happening as far as who's making what. I mean, I know what you guys are making.
Oh,
know what we're doing, but there's a few pieces that I'm not exactly sure.
Some outliers to the puzzle.
Yes, so I have to figure.
Oh, maybe
that out.
it will be. Maybe it'll finally be pie here.
Maybe it'll happen
due to lack of dishes.
Yeah, due to lack of options.
Lack of options.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Who
Oh,
knows?
you like your family? I am very lucky, and I do not. I do not hide it that I am in a very privileged position. That I actually love my family. Like I said, I'm very lucky, and I try not to rub that in everyone's face because I know it is very hard around the holidays for a lot of people with stuff. But like I said, yes, I am extremely lucky that the extended family that has grown out is absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
And I couldn't, like I said, again, I couldn't be luckier. It's truly one of those things when they talk about where your wealth really lies. It is in that. It is in
Yes.
family and stuff like that. My in-laws come over Thanksgiving. I'm dead. Kids and I are making pies Wednesday, and I'm prepping the spatchcock turkey on Wednesday. I bet you're prepping some spatchcock. I bet that's how that works. There you go. Nice. But anyway, we're going to head on out of here. We're going to go say hi to Sarah Tops. She is actually streaming with Simba right now. You are familiar with both of them. They are doing some goofy art here on stream. They're also doing some... are they doing? What else are they doing?
Are they actually in the same room?
What's that? They actually are.
Okay, so it looks like they're
just
together.
like us. They actually are in the same room together for a change. But
I wasn't sure if that was one of those, crazy things, but all right.
No, like I said, so we're gonna go say hi to Sarah, but she is also there hanging out with Simba. Make sure you're following both their channels. They are super, super nice, absolutely wonderful people. And we will see you guys all in 2 weeks from today with some sort of new podcasting fun.
Yep.
Could be vintage ales, could be who knows. We don't want to specify. We'll keep it a secret.
We'll keep you updated as we figure it out.
That's true.
Happy Thanksgiving,
I'll be back
everybody.
here tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Good night.
See you later.